My name's Paul. I've been working full-time to support men in reaching their goals for 8 or 9 years now. And this is the last video in a series on the most valuable tool that I found in getting guys on path if there's some area in their life where they've kind of, wandered away from where they want to go. And this is going to be just dealing with the practical issues, the technicalities a little bit more of actually doing this that I found to be really helpful to be aware of just from the start when you get going with an accountability relationship. The number one thing I would say is to have this needs to be a daily thing, at least 5 days a week. I preferably, for myself, prefer to have weekends free from having working on new things to be able to just be with my family and be more open in my schedule. So I only do it on weekdays, and I also just do my buddy calls on weekdays as well. And so what I do recommend, though, is to do a fixed time every single day on weekdays. When you have your check-in, I set up a calendar invite, a repeating calendar invite in my calendar. I'm one of those people who use calendars quite often. And I also often, if it's at a strange time, I'll put in an alarm on my phone at the same time as well. So the calendar invite is to coordinate the exact time it's going to happen. If something happens on a specific day that I can't do my meeting on the normal time, then I'll move the calendar invite and that'll automatically get moved in my friend's calendar. He'll get an invitation to that as well. And then the alarm is ready there to remind me, of course, at the time when it's going to happen. And I set the alarm just like 1 minute before that time or something like that, because if I do it 5 minutes before, I often forget it in those 5 minutes. I get distracted by something else, so I do it right on the time that I need to call. I really aim for short calls most of the time. So the default should be short calls. Sometimes it's a little strange to call someone up, check in on one thing, he checks on another thing, and then you put down the phone again. But it's far better to create that sustainable habit that's not taking up a lot of our time. As soon as it starts feeling like it's a bit of a drain, like it's taking up energy, and you're kind of getting distracted from whatever it is you're doing, then it's harder to make it sustainable. So I'd really focus on, keeping it short and sharp. And then when there is an occasion to take a longer conversation that really feels valuable, then you should definitely go for that as well. Because normally if the relationship is working, you're really building a strong core of truth in that relationship and honesty that we miss that in normal life. A lot of the time our interactions with other people are quite superficial and kind of peacocking or playing a role or something like that. And I find in our accountability relationships we can be very, very honest about what's actually happening underneath the scenes. So that's really good to do, but let it come naturally. And if it's not happening, keep it short. That's far better. Don't try to be polite with this person. You're not trying to become their comfortable best friend to hang out with. The next thing I want to mention specifically is don't let excuses pass with each other. Don't let things drop by. If something sounds a little off, if there's just a formulation that doesn't make sense, one of the most common ones I hear is like, yeah, I kind of did my reading goal for this week or something like that. Or yeah, I kind of made it or something like that. Or yeah, I'm going to say it was okay. It's like that. You really need to probe into that kind of thing. It's like that's an indication that the person might just be deceiving themselves and that they've set some kind of target or goal or habit that they want to integrate, and then they've just made it very vague, so it's actually hard for them to tell whether they've done what they're supposed to do or not. And it normally means that they're cutting corners and actually not making meaningful progress when they say that. So you really want to deal with those kind of vague abstract things that don't have using the SMART acronym. You can take a look, Google it or whatever it is to look up. SMART is a specific way of goal setting. That is a very good thing to do for this kind of accountability relationship. Next, skipping days. It happens sometimes that we miss our normal time, and then the other person's busy, and then suddenly, the day is going towards the end. And so you really need to make sure that you're checking in every single day. And if you can't talk directly to each other, then I find the best way to do it is sending a voice message. I use WhatsApp most of the time. Just record a voice message and give a little update about what happened. If you do it first, then obviously you can't give feedback to the other guy. But if he does, if he's gone first, then you can give him feedback, and make it a meaningful interaction as much as possible anyway. So yeah, those are the kind of technicalities and tips and tricks for keeping an accountability relationship solid and on track. One of the most difficult things to do, of course, is to find a partner to do this kind of thing with. Most men try to do too much at one time. That's why we created our Genesis workshop, which introduces you to the 4 foundational roles of being a man and sets you up with one simple habit to set you on the right path. So check out the link below for our Genesis workshop and hope to see you there. Thanks. And so if you don't have a go-to person that you feel is ideal for setting up this kind of thing, or maybe you've even tried to have an accountability partner and you found that things have fallen through, maybe because of a difference in your approach and commitment to it, then I can really encourage you to check out our network of online groups. I'll put a link below for Manifesto Core and our Genesis workshop. Really, this is a group of men who are all committed to and searching for someone to do this kind of work with. And so there's actually an advantage to it being a person who you don't know in your everyday life, who's not, in your family or close network of friends or anything like that, because there's a kind of a much lower risk of revealing things to someone who's not close to you. It's just in some way another man who you can build a relationship with that will be meaningful. And in the long time, we really encourage men, if they have these kinds of relationships, to meet each other in person, and a lot of men do. But we do have a network of groups, and I encourage you to go check it out, and you can sign up for one of our online groups. Thanks for listening, and hope you found the series valuable. I'll put the link to the playlist down below, and let me know if you have any comments or thoughts. Otherwise, all the best with your accountability relationship efforts.